Boom. Man. Hey!
Jeez, I don't have much room here.
I know. It's
You
cramped
get,
up. We'll
you
be
get
all right.
my arm. This is all I'm going to do for today.
Oh, here we go. Let's bring Pete in. It's alive. It's a work in progress. But we can start off with the usual. I am the real Jussy.
I'm late. I'm Peter Parkour.
And we are the Distorted Theorists. Pete!
1 year, buddy.
1 year! Woo! We did it! For anyone joining,
I'd be lying if I said I thought
I got
we'd
so many
make
things.
it.
What? Guys, we got so many screens going right now. I got a phone, we got iPad Pro, we got the laptop. So give me a second. We got to get all this set up. Peter's just getting off work. He's eating supper. We got a cake. 1 year at the Distorted Theorist. Guys, 1 year is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think that, like I said, I didn't think that. I'm not even in the frame picture here.
Bear with us because Peter's having a snack. Guys, this is loosey-goosey. We're just having fun. It's 1 year. We got 2 hours to fill. We're just going to let some people load in, of course, get the viewers going. I don't know who's joining us on the Facebook Live. We're Facebook Live as well. If you have any comments, guys, drop them down below. But I'm just going to set up our algorithm here, as always.
Do we have people watching?
I don't know, maybe. Oh. I got no glasses on, so he's pretty much going to have to watch everything.
What a friggin' surprise.
What else we got here? Hashtags. Got to get the hashtags. It's okay. People are filtering in. You're eating supper. It's all good. We got 2 hours, man. We're laughing. You're the only person in the thumbnail as well.
That'll bring everyone in.
Oh, my goodness. Man, today was crazy because I was just like, all I could think about is how did we end up making it to 1 year? You know what I mean?
And again, I still don't know because
it seems like we just started personally, but I don't know, maybe not to you, I don't know.
Just like yesterday that we were going to see the Eternals and
man, can you believe that the Eternals was actually our first video?
I wish it wasn't.
And now one of our first videos, our first reaction will be Avatar: The Way of the Water, which will be dropping tomorrow, our trailer reaction for that.
Speaking of, when are we filming that?
Yeah, right after this.
Okay.
We're going right in, we ain't stopping. And then, what else? Then
Extra Life on Saturday.
Yeah, which we're going to get into, and Black Panther's coming up, but I mean, we got...
Black Panther's next week.
Black Panther is next week, and that is the cool thing about it. All right, guys. 1 second. Yeah, it is. I looked at the calendar every day. It's just staring me in the face.
Hello,
we got
Chris.
one. Hey, who?
Chris
Tremblay. How's it going, my friend? Sorry, guys. We're just tuning in, making sure you can hear us. Chris, can you get a mic check? Can we get a mic check, Chris?
Can you hear me eating? Like, does it sound disgusting? Because if it does, I'll take my mic off.
I just got to test the YouTube live now. As soon as that loads up. And then make sure our mics are working. I'm going to crack a bevy. I don't know if this is in frame or not, but there we are.
I wish I could have a bevy, such as the Nurse Life.
Oh, man, that is...
Oh, that's way better. Look at that.
Yep.
Such as the Nurse Life.
Oh, man, that is...
Oh, that's way better. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, the mics are little. Yeah.
You can hear my mouth being full. So, shout out to my mom. You can hear my mouth being full. So, shout out to my mom. So, it's not the mics. There's just a slow air leak. Your house is deflating.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. So, it's not the mics. There's just a slow air leak. Your house is deflating.
Yeah. All right. So.
Okay, so no, you got to change that off because we're getting feedback on feedback on feedback now.
You think so? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
No, you got to change that off.
There we go. I can mute it.
There you go.
All right, guys, if you want to hit us up in the comments, we got the comments going on YouTube. We got the comments going on Facebook Live. Before we get into anything, we do want to, we'll say this a couple times, I'm sure. But as you see, we do have a nice little cake behind us, which we would love to eat. However...
I still might. I'm hungry enough.
However, for anyone watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on Facebook and want to head over to the YouTube, we have a link. You guys might have seen us posting about it. It is the Extra Life fundraiser for the Janeway, for the Children's Hospital. We are advocating for it this year. We will be streaming in like 2 days.
You're going to say June.
I know, I was going to say something.
In July.
And we're going to be gaming for almost 24 hours, we do predict. And we're going to be raising money for the Janeway. But the reason I'm telling you all this right now is because if anyone donates $5 or more during this 2-hour live, we have agreed, and Peter especially has agreed, that we will actually take some of this chocolate cake and one of us gets to smear it on the other for every $5 or more donated during the live. So if you donate, let us know so we can check it.
Within reason, because technically I'm still working.
Yeah. Well, if you do donate, let us know. I should get a notification, but I don't have my phone on me, so just drop me a line. I'll check it out and make sure that you actually did. Man, it seems like just yesterday.
Well,
you hate eating, don't you? Nice craft dinner, by the way.
Isn't it?
Speaking of baby hands back in the day.
What? You had baby hands.
I know.
I'm not eating this with 2 hands.
That's why I'm eating. I'd like to also point out D&D mug, courtesy of our good friend Zachary Chalk, standing in the wedding, drinking my beer out of it on the live. So, November 3rd, 2021.
A day of infamy.
I mean, it started, okay, for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, we've said this a few times.
Well, that was the thing. Like, November 3rd was the day that the first video launched. That wasn't the beginning of the story.
Fair. Let's rewind probably, what, a month? Like, just planning. Was it August? Yeah. Really? Wow.
Because that was when we were going to Clarenville. That was on the way out, so that would have been late August.
And there was an idea.
Yeah.
No, basically.
Which we said in our first video.
Yeah, like we said that in our first video. And the thing was, we said, Karen Langer, hello, happy 1 year. Thanks, Karen. Big appreciation. Thanks for the comment. But yeah, it started we were in a car. And listen, it really started when everyone that we ever talked to were big movie advocates, big gamers. Everyone always says, guys, you should be on TV, this, that, and everything. You're a big jokester. I'm personality, whatever. So they were like, how are you guys not on TV, not doing something, whatever. So, we threw it around a little bit. I tormented you even a little bit, like, man, we should do something, like, we should do a live, we should do TikTok, blah, 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 blah.
And I agreed, again, not realizing that you are the person that you are, where you were like, I want to write a book. I'm like, okay, Justin,
Yeah.
So I realized the danger of everyone saying, like, you should start a YouTube channel. I was like, Oh, he's
serious.
He's going to do this. Oh, crap.
Then it started to snowball because we were like, okay, what are we going to do? So obviously you got to refine. When you start a YouTube channel, you got to refine what you're going to do. We knew it was going to be movies and gaming. And I had always enjoyed the reaction side of it because a lot of times you just get these reactions, but then I felt like, well, we could really dive down the rabbit hole sometimes and like come up with these weird theories. And I was like, we could add a little more to these reaction channels than most people do. That's where kind of the name came in, but we bounced that name around for quite some time.
Yes and no, but because yes, we did talk about our theories, and then you would wax melodic and be like, one of my favorite bands, Theory of a Dead Man.
I did.
We're going with that. And for some reason, when you mentioned the band, the band that popped in my head was Social Distortion.
Right. I do believe I remember you saying that. Yeah. That you're refreshing.
Because I remember we were driving out, and that's when we were like, what are we going to call ourselves? We want to do theories, because the Theory of a Dead Man. So you had like theory of something else is what you came up with, and it wasn't ringing. And then like Social Distortion, I was like, well, I mean ours, because the idea that we had for our theories wasn't necessarily like, well, what if this is actually a thing? It started out of being like ludicrous theories.
Yeah. Like it's
fun. What if Star-Lord is his own grandfather? Like it was all that
It's
stuff.
weird how you start off with an idea, and then once you actually get into the world of making content creation, social media, whatever you guys want to call it, it just changes so rapidly. Like we bounce, even now we bounce ideas off each other.
We're still doing it.
And we'll look at each other and be like, what are you trying to do to this channel? But you know what you got to do? You got to keep it fresh. But like at the same time, you also try to remain grounded with what you started with. But you always have to evolve. But like I said, right now, we have went back to the drawing board a couple times. We've tried some things that didn't work, which we will talk about a little bit later. And I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that's still going to come up later that's going to like catch our attention, be like, oh, we should try that, right?
Yeah.
Katie,
I agree.
If anyone from Craft Dinner or whoever is Craft, there you go, is watching right now, we would love to be sponsored, the Distorted Theorists.
This is the dinner that Craft makes.
We do have our Coles notes, so don't worry about that. We got everything taken care of. What was after that? Well, I guess we started we decided, okay, we're going to go ahead with it.
Well, not even that, because I thought about this as we were talking. So we always say, keep it real.
We do.
At the end of video, because we do most of our stuff in one shot. I say most because sometimes we mess up and we have to start over. You don't see all of the bloopers.
Sometimes there's a lot of tears shed and laughing behind these cameras, folks.
But the reason that we say keep it real is because we get so frustrated with filming that first video.
I think we did, yeah.
How many times did we mess up? Like, what's going on, guys? I'm Peter Pooper. And it would just keep going around, and we would say, like, and you at one point were just saying your real name. I'm Justin Hodder. We're like, no, we're not doing that.
No. Actually, having said that, if you go back and watch our very first introductory video, you will see a massive amount of cuts because we pulled up so many times. And actually, a family friend of yours was like, Buzz, you got to get your transitions better. I'm like, I know, I'm working on it. I'm new, I don't know. But I think they got a lot better. Like you said, oftentimes now we sit down and we do fool up and we'll just go back and restart. But for the most part, once we get on track and we get going, we don't stop. We just keep putting out that content, and it's great for the editing world.
But yeah. What we did after that is we were trying to figure out what kind of ideas we could do beyond just movie reviews. We wanted to do, like, reactions wasn't even really a thing on our radar initially.
Initially, no.
It was just, we were going to talk about theories, we were going to talk about movies that we would go and see, which is why we went to see the Eternals first. And then our next bit of content was my Xbox opening, which...
that was fun though.
It was fun, but we didn't have a secondary camera. When you watched, that was my biggest complaint after our second or third unboxing, technically.
Yeah.
Where
you were like, people can't even really see.
Yeah, I know. It's like, look at this thing. Anyways, and that's what it was, because we couldn't see you couldn't see what we were looking at.
The
like
viewers.
This is right.
Yeah.
Look at my Xbox. Isn't that cool? That looks like a big thing. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna show the back of the box now. Now we managed to get a little bit better with the controllers of that.
Yeah.
But that was the first, like our Eternals. I don't know how many views we got on that, but we were just like, it's our first video. We got like 17 views. Woo!
Yeah.
But then the Xbox one took off.
Right. The Xbox One, it was surprising because, like, when you're in YouTube, I don't even know if I know now where we stand in the, like, okay, we have this many subscribers, we get this many views per video, usually on average, whatever. Is that good, bad, ratio?
Your wife doesn't count.
No? Hey, Lisa. But we still don't know. But that Xbox, we were so early. It was like our fourth video, maybe. I don't even know. It was fourth, fifth, something like that. And I remember waking up next morning and we had like 150 views on it. And I was like, Peter, your video's taking off.
I'm famous.
And I mean, it was, within the first month, I think, it ended up climbing. I think right now even, and I mean, this was a year ago, it's sitting at like 900 views.
With the magic of the internet,
bring it up. And like, I just remember us being like, we covered the movies. So we had the Eternals under our belt, Marvel, our jam. We had gaming. We had the unboxing of the brand new Halo Xbox, your brand new Halo Xbox. And people were commenting, people were liking, people were like, and you were loving it because you would obviously bought it because you're a fan of Halo.
927.
927, folks. And I just remember you were very impressed by it personally.
Oh yeah, I was just expecting it's going to be a box. That's it. And then because I knew what it was supposed to look like because I'd been following it for a while.
Yeah.
But when it was the actual thing, I was like, okay, this is actually something special. And I found out recently that little engine that could is actually worth a pretty penny.
Is it?
I found out, yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, speaking of pretty pennies, one of our goals was like, okay, you know what? Not everyone. We're a collector. You can't see it behind the camera, but one day you will. I'll show you a few. But we were like, not everybody can get their hands on this Halo Xbox immediately. No. Hence why people love these unboxings, and they want to see something that they just can't obtain. I mean, I do it myself. He does it for stuff. Games that are coming out, you check to see what other people think of it. So when you got your hands on this Xbox Halo Infinite, people were actually, even though we were brand new of a channel, we were hitting that algorithm because people were looking for it. Still don't know how that damn algorithm works, unfortunately, but...
Okay, now my wife is watching.
But hey, everyone. I will repeat once again, for anyone who is tuned in on the YouTube or on Facebook Live, if we get $5 or more in a donation to our Janeway fundraiser for Extra Life, which is cluing up on Saturday coming, if we get any $5 or more donations, me and Peter are going to take this lovely cake and smear a little bit because just for hilarious content. So if you're watching and you want to donate, the link's down below in the YouTube video.
I don't like that
if you're watching on Facebook, just find it on one of our channels. I've posted it 1,000,000 times, so it shouldn't be hard to find.
I don't like that big sharp knife is there.
Where did we go after the Halo thing? After, like, because that was our first, like, okay, well, you know, something's happening.
Let me look it up. Spider-Man, Disney Plus Day.
Yep.
You did your unboxing of Shining Pearl and your new Switch.
That was actually fun. I got a few comments on that as well.
And then we started on Hawkeye.
Oh, I think I know what was the next.
Well, it was. Well, we're still in December here. And then we did a giveaway.
Our first giveaway, which actually had a bit of traction to it, I'm not going to lie. It was actually fun to see people, you know, they had to comment and like and share and this, that, and the other thing, which I've seen 1,000,000 times on the internet.
And
then that one you got your thumb on, which is also on your cue card.
Technically, yes. Well, that's what I was trying to see if there was anything they were doing. Then it was the, well, this is what we call the moment.
The moment, yeah. There was...
When the algorithm blessed us.
The YouTube gods.
So I was at home. I was actually watching the Super Bowl. I wasn't really intending on getting involved in the game because I was going to see what kind of trailers there were because that's what we're doing right now.
We all know.
And then I was actually kind of getting into the Super Bowl. And then I saw on Reddit there was...
oh, it says here, as of this comment, we lost sound. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
There was...
oh, it says here, as of this comment, we got sound. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, buddy. But either way, David Smiler, well, we got you stopped. A random Kiwi from Zealand. He's the guy, I think, who keeps sharing our tweets. Keep doing you, buddy. I have lost that. Anyway, he says, congrats, guys, on the 1 year anniversary. By the way, you lost sound, but we didn't. He's losing his mind. David, you're drinking. Get out of here. But keep tweeting our tweets, man. We do appreciate it. And thank you for the shout out for the 1 year. We are super excited. But go on. You were watching the Super Bowl because we were waiting for the trailers. We knew the trailers. Take it away.
Do some intro music.
He was watching the Super Bowl. I wouldn't watch anything. I was just kind of waiting for him to text me as often he does. He's in all the, I think you're just in all the group chats and all the loopy loops. And
Reddit.
Yeah, well, there you go. I don't use Reddit except for sharing our stuff, really. So, oh, SimElla11X, can't say you don't remember it. I know you. You've been around. He's been commenting on all our videos.
So I was on Reddit and I saw the picture from the trailer.
Yep.
In the movie.
Which was?
Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
And it was, it's been out for a while. I'm just going to say it.
Spoilers way ahead.
So the dead Doctor Strange was, and he does the whole, and his arms pop out. And I went, oh, there's a Doctor Strange trailer. I didn't know.
Something we've become accustomed to now is when we see a trailer we haven't seen, we immediately have to shut our brain off, which is very hard sometimes because it almost gets juicy. But
so I mentioned it to Justin, and it was that particular night. I was like, okay, well, if we're going to do this, like, let's get a couple of other trailers out of the way, and we'll see where it is. So the following, I think it was the next night, or maybe the night after.
We were 3 days behind the 8 ball. I remember that vividly.
Okay, so that would have been like a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, it was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday.
So, for whatever reason, we all went out to dinner.
Yep.
The four of us.
The four of us, two wives and us.
And we actually were chatting at the restaurant and saying, like, okay, like, if this isn't going to take off, we kind of got to figure out where this is going to go.
We had a conversation, that was for sure.
If we're not reaching our subscriber goal or whatever by this point, then we'll make a decision, and maybe we'll kind of either limit our content, or we'll just do what we really want to do instead of trying to cater to other people right now, just to see that, so we could. And it was kind of, it wasn't heartbreaking, but it was just kind of like, we started, and then, so we finished, and we went back, and the girls did their own thing. They had their Starbies. And we filmed our reaction, which we had our first.
Yeah. And I will, if I may, the reason why we freaked out so much is because, okay, first of all, I'm a huge Fox X-Men fan, probably like yourself, but I know I'm a real big one. And in the trailer, again, spoilers are way out the window for Doctor Strange at this point, Patrick Stewart's voice, as what we only assumed at that time was Xavier.
Perhaps we should tell him.
True, yeah. And we freaked because I was like, I know that voice, he knew that voice, and we were like, what the... Like, this is the multiverse of madness. So we grabbed each other, it was kind of like this. And...
That was when you got good at getting the right picture.
Yep. Thumbnails are key, ladies and gentlemen.
Threw that up, and at the time...
It was 3 days behind, though, is the thing. Anyway, I digress. But.
So, where we were using our YouTube Studio app, we were using that to kind of follow where things would be going, and how, like, the viewer... And at the time, because we uploaded at like 10:30 here.
It was 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We were just kind of refreshing to see where we hit. We were averaging 1 view a minute, which doesn't sound like a lot. But for us, I was like, this has never happened before. But we also weren't like shocked. We weren't there like, oh my God, we're getting 1 view. I was like, Peter, I think this is getting like 1 view a minute. Like, we got 100 views already. That's pretty good. Like,
my frame of thought was, if it's the Super Bowl stuff, people are also behind the 8 ball, so they're probably catching up with it. And yeah, we're going to get some traction with it. But I wasn't expecting the traction that we got, because we went home.
We went to bed.
That was it. And I woke up around, I was like 6. And I think I was up before you.
You were. I thought you texted or called me or something.
Because my wife, Ashley, she was checking, and she was like, Peter, have you seen the video?
I'm getting a little bit chills just thinking about it, to be honest.
And I was like, can't remember if it was at 11,000 at this point.
No, it was 2,700.
No, it was more than that. No, it was more than that.
No, because we got 10,000 in 24 hours. When we woke up, it was 2,700 in like 6 hours. So it was obviously averaging like hundreds per hour.
So clearly, I don't know what. But anyways, it was like, did you see this? And I was like, no. And I was like, you're freaking crazy. And then it was like comments.
Yeah.
What is this? And some of them were hilarious. Be like, fake. I'm like,
I had to answer, and I say because I jumped in. I was ecstatic to start answering. You were going to work. Yeah. I went in. There was 32 unanswered comments when I woke up. Now, for a big YouTuber, I'm sure they go to bed after posting a video, and they probably wakes up to 1,000 comments, and they don't even have they don't reply to them.
This one,
but
and that one.
I assure you, and we still do, we reply to every single comment, unless it's like a repeat thing that's like someone just chimes in and says yes or whatever. But if it's a legit comment, we have yet to miss one, to my knowledge. Call me out if I am wrong. But it ended up reaching 10,000 views in 24 hours.
And then it kept
going.
Remember? And it kept going. And going. We're sitting now at 34,000 with that one.
Yeah.
But that's
because obviously it's going to lose traction over.
Because that's not our biggest video.
Right.
But, so yeah, that was when we were kind of like, okay. And we got it. But it wasn't just the views. That was when we saw the jump in subscribers.
Yeah. I think we gained 180 or something overnight, or
well,
it was
that
wild,
video
whatever
alone, if I just get rid of that, we have gained.
Yep. If you go in statistics.
We've gained 219 from that alone, and from that little whip, it was like 180, and that's probably going to get a week.
Yep. That's what I said. It was 180, and
it technically has earned us almost $6.
Woo! $6.
Getting closer to that Tesla.
But the thing about it was, I think, that was the motivator. That was
okay. We're on to something. We can do something, and then we remained in the algorithm for a little while.
People are still watching that video. I still check every now and again, and I'll see that video being watched, and I'm like, guys, the movie's been out for almost a year. But switching gears again, I mean, okay, everybody knows Doctor Strange story. We're kind of, they know now, right?
So then we got greedy.
Well, not so much. Well, yeah, we went a little crazy.
We're like, what other things? Like, okay, if that's hitting with something, what else can we do? What's an untapped market?
Now, I'll even say my defense, because we were brainstorming about we play Dungeons and Dragons in our lifestyle, okay? I don't know if there's any Dungeons and Dragons fans out there, but anyway. So we were like, we also watch Critical Role, which, Matthew Mercer and gang. We enjoy it thoroughly. We're still watching now. We're in campaign 3. Are you caught up yet? No. Nope, you're a couple episodes behind. But that's it. But you know what? That's only like 3 episodes behind. That's not too bad.
I'm doing all right.
So we decided that we wanted to try to capture some D&D content, but be a bit more in-depth, because I didn't really see much of a content out there, and I was like, guys, there's not really many people reviewing what Critical Role is doing, except for themselves, obviously, which they're great at. So we kind of bounced the ball, pretty simple retitle, but we called it Critical Reroll. We got together with our dungeon masters.
That took forever for us to come up with that.
It did. Way longer than it should have.
Well, because we were coming up with other, like, well, critical this, critical, I don't know. So I came up with Critical Reroll originally. You hated it.
Yeah.
You did not enjoy that name at all. So then you tested a couple of other names with me, and obviously it never worked. Yeah. So we ended up going with Critical Reroll. But I thought it was just a neat idea because, again, we're inserting ourselves into the roles of Critical Role. It was a re-roll, as in, okay, well, now we're reminding everyone else of what it was. And then so I was like, it's kind of the play on words, and it worked with that stuff.
And in our defense, well, first of all, it just took way too long to, the reason why we're bringing it up is because ultimately we didn't continue with it. It was just I wouldn't say it was a failure. It was just that it was too time consuming. We got together and we filmed it, and it took 4 hours to film three videos to put out
3 movies is what we filmed.
Yeah, and it was just fun. Hard.
I really enjoyed talking about D&D, and we do this whenever we play D&D. We're discussing different spells. We're discussing different events. We're discussing different locations, and something that would have happened. So we're into that. So then when we actually get to do it in a professional manner.
Sorry, Gabe. Just Gabe. All the oldies who joined us in the beginning. We see you, man. Sim, I call him Sim LOL. He's been around from the beginning. I think he was a Multiverse of Madness subscriber.
I think so.
David was a Miss Marvel subscriber. Sorry to cut you off. He mentioned the X-Men theme, which I did not notice. So David, you did look out for me there. And then we got our boy Gabe. He's been on watching all of our live streams, which Gabe, if you haven't heard, because he just joined us, may not have seen, we will be streaming on Saturday, almost 24 hours, almost all day, because we are raising money for Extra Life. It's a campaign for our local children's foundation hospital called the Janeway. The link is in this video. If out of any kindness of any of your guys' hearts who's watching right now, you want to drop us $5 or more on that fundraiser, whatever you want to do.
Oh my God, you're calling the Janeway. Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
If you donate $5 or more, which we would wholeheartedly, and the children would appreciate it, we will smear some of this cake on each other's face just for your guys' entertainment. I just want to throw that out.
If you follow us on OnlyFans, no, I'm kidding.
But also, if you want to share this now on your Facebook, social medias, get some viewers in here. We do appreciate it, guys. It's like I said, we're not asking for much, just trying to raise some money for our children's hospital.
We're trying to get
We only have one in the whole province we live in, because some of you guys are not from Canada or Newfoundland. We live in a province in Canada, and we have one children's hospital, and we're just trying to raise some money for it. So if anybody wants to drop a line,
that's where I work.
Yeah, and he works there, so it's pretty cool to. But yeah, so
Critical Reroll. And it was great. We really enjoyed it, but unfortunately, when we released them, they just didn't hit. And because of the time, we didn't want it to just be us. We wanted to include
friends,
our dungeon master. We got Zach to be part of that, Mr. Blue, just Zach. And we try to get our buddy Matt, and he's doing his own thing, which is fair, but it was hard to schedule everything into it.
It's just one of those things that when we really step back and reevaluate what we were doing, the work, I won't call it work, but the time consumption versus the viewership and the interaction we were getting just wasn't. Not to say it wasn't worth it, because every video, in every video we do, we consider even if we put out a video tomorrow and it literally gets 30 views, we we're like, cool, 30 views, you know what I mean? But it was just one of those things that it was taking us an hour to film, and we'd put it out and it got 70 views, which is still great. Don't get me wrong.
And it's hard we realized at that point that it's hard for our viewers to actually sit and watch, or not just our viewers, any viewers, to watch something that it's got no payoff when we're just basically, and I know like it's working for other channels. I get it. We just haven't cracked the code of how to do it.
Yeah.
Because again, like people will go back and watch the Critical Role version. Now, obviously, they're part of it. They're the celebrities that are doing it. They're part of Critical Role. So when they do that, people are going to watch them. They don't know us. So we kind of had to not yet. But we really, that was that kind of dose of reality that we're like, we're riding on that high from Doctor Strange. What can we do? Oh my God, we're invincible. There it is.
There was just a bit of like, we bit off a little bit more than we could chew at the time. Will we ever bring back critical re-roll content? Maybe.
I'd love to.
The other thing is, to be fair and give ourselves a bit of comeuppance, is that we were a little behind the 8 ball starting as well, because the campaign itself, they're in campaign 3 right now for anyone who does or does not follow. They were on episode like 12 or something, or
17 or 18
something was it? Yeah, when we started. So we were like, we would have liked to do it every 4 or 5 episodes. We get together, do our film, go back home. But we were catching up with like 15, 17, 18 episodes,
and released them all at once.
It just got too much, unfortunately. So for anyone who was enjoying the content, we do apologize. I'm not saying it won't come back later.
We had some people that actually met us at Avalon Expo, and they said, "I watched your video." I was like, "Well, that because you were."
And we do appreciate you.
I can't remember your name. I apologize, but you were dressed as Bo, and that was awesome because I was like, "You look really familiar." It's like, "I'm Bo." I'm like, "Oh my God, you are," because you even had the vest, which was great, and that was spot on. But something that we're hoping, and this is gonna be a little trade secret. We were hoping that we were gonna try and do something with this, and our group is open to it. We just have to figure out the right setting, and I think we're gonna wait a little bit longer for the new D&D room to be built.
Yeah,
is we might do a live stream of one of our campaign episodes.
Yeah.
And but that's in the pipeline. I think it'd be great because,
or even if we film like a one shot just to kind of get people involved, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Speaking of gaming, you know, at the end of the day, Doctor Strange was great for us. It did exactly what we set out to do. Got us a little bit of notoriety. People enjoyed what we were doing. We had I mean, it's the internet's the internet. We had some negative comments, but they were greatly outweighed by all the positive. Like, you guys are awesome.
We're a mostly positive group. There's not much that's been coming out besides. We've had a few weird comments.
Yeah.
I'm racist. We've had that one.
We know who we are.
I don't know who Angela Bassett is.
Yeah.
That was a bad one. Excuse me? You don't know who Angela Bassett is?
All right, don't go down that rabbit hole. Not yet. But what we really want to do, at that point, we had broken into the movie genre of the channel. We kind of established ourselves as, okay, these guys enjoy anything comic booky, anything heroes, Marvel, DC, whatever. But we hadn't yet broken into, we had that Xbox video, that was fine. We hadn't really broken into the gaming world. We had some streams that did okay. We streamed Horizon and stuff like that. But you came up with, I will give you credit where credit is due.
This was, because
there was a state of play.
Well, yeah, and I was like, and I said, okay, like, listen, if we want to get ahead of this, because a lot of people watch this, and a lot of people watch the after show, because it's not like the Game Awards or any of these other big things where people come out and talk about these. It's rapid fire. It's like a Nintendo Direct where it's like, here's a trailer. That was cool. Here's a trailer. That was cool. Here's a trailer. And so I messaged Justin and I said, why don't we get ahead of the 8 ball on this one? Because it comes out on a Thursday.
We were both free.
Yeah, and I said, we'll come over, we'll shoot this, we'll give it a one shot, and we'll see what this does. We'll see if this does anything for us.
Because you wanted to watch it live.
Well, yeah, that was the thing, right? We wanted to set up for it to be live,
and like be one of the first on the internet to post something about it.
And we compromised and basically said that we weren't. No, we did that live, didn't we?
Oh, we watched it live.
Yes, that's right. Yes, because we've done. They're all turning into one.
The key about it wasn't just a state of play.
It was concerning one game,
which was
Hogwarts Legacy.
Which
we're both super stoked to play.
Still, and it's not out yet. So
Sony.
So we filmed this state of play reaction, which was a 14-minute complete overview.
Actually, I can't do it because we discussed it afterwards.
So it was like a huge overview of this game, Hogwarts Legacy. great footage. There was a lot to react to, which was great for us.
And it was a game that nobody had really talked about at this point, because it wasn't that it was rumored.
I don't even know if I like heard about it. But then when you started telling me, I was like, that sounds deadly.
Yeah, it's like an old school, like it's Hogwarts, like 100 years before
Harry Potter,
80 years,
or
75 years before Harry Potter actually shows up. And you're this and this happens, and you're going to be in the common room. You're going to access the whole school, but there was never been any footage. There was like some leaked footage from like a year or two ago where it was like Expelliarmus, and that was it. And it was like, well, that's kind of cool. It looks like it's open world RPG. Off we go. That was it.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is the first time that we're actually going to get to see something. This is huge. This isn't Doom. This isn't Halo. This isn't Call of Duty. This is the first time we're going to see something from Warner Brothers on Hogwarts Legacy.
And it blew up. And it blew up. It wasn't a Doctor Strange blow up, don't get me wrong. But the consistency of that video.
It's still like.
It's getting, like, it's averaging like hundreds of views every 2 days. So not only that, but we were getting, well, what we enjoyed about it was we were getting Hogwarts and Harry Potter legit fans.
Oh, God, there's the Morbius video.
Right? But legit fandom was commenting on that video.
Yeah, and talking about it.
And talking about it. Like people would write paragraphs. Go look at the comments. There's paragraphs of who this character is. Who is this? No, you're not going to be a wizard doing this because wizards don't do that or whatever.
That was.
And I'm like, what?
Those weren't our biggest comments.
And how many? Just go check for.
I'm trying to find it.
Well, it's a big blue background. I'll know it. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. No, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. I want to know how many subscribers we got of that, because that was an amazing video.
No, it's nowhere. I'm missing it somewhere here.
Okay, keep scrolling. Anyway, when you find it. But what that video did for us, it was introduced us into the gaming algorithm, which is also something we see these reaction channels. They talk about, they react. Yes, they review movies. They do all that. Don't get me wrong. But the buck usually stops there. I've not seen a reaction channel that not only do they react to movies and games, sure, that's around, but like just do those deep dives, which I think we do a very good job of. 73
and it's
subscribers.
And like, so when we looked at just earlier, when I looked at the Doctor Strange, like it basically went, and then it was, and like pretty much an even line. Like we might have gotten like one subscriber in the last 2 months related to that.
Yep.
There's a little jump here.
Yep.
It actually is like it started to go, and then it has another little.
I think
not doing the line.
I think what Hogwarts Legacy is doing for us is that it's not out yet. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure when that game drops or whatever, our video will probably fall off the algorithm, whatever. But just because it's our video is wholesome, it gives you a true reaction. We're excited for it. People can see we're excited for it, and they're enjoying watching and listening what we having to say, and they either comment with us or they refute us on some things, which is completely fine.
Which is fine, like, we're not like, I've recently reread the books again, and I know I'm still wrong on stuff. People are going to comment, "Well, go nearly head in this Nick did this with that with the bloody bear." And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. I've read the books 3 times. People have read it dozens.
There's like characters in the Harry Potter or the Hogwarts world, I'll say, that I don't even know of, and people were commenting like, this potentially could be this one. I'm like, I don't even know what wizard you're talking about. Like,
we may see Nicholas Flamel in the game. You know what I mean? Like we'll see that.
But ultimately, what that also trajected our channel into was, we started this channel, as we already said, November 3rd. Obviously, it's the 1-year anniversary. So we started it November 3rd. When we started out this channel, I looked at you and I said, here's a goal. Because we had to talk about, when we started this channel, we had to talk about, how long are we doing it for? What's our goals? Blah, blah, blah. And I looked at you and we looked at each other and we said, let's be realistic. We said, okay. And we looked at each other and we said, if we don't have 500 subscribers by 1 year, which would be right now, we were probably going to hang it up. Not for the fact that we didn't enjoy entertaining you guys and doing all that. It's just like, as YouTubers, as people creating content, you need to see growth, right? And that's what we're looking for. We were happy to report by mid-March, so only in 5 short months, we had surpassed our 500 subscriber goal, and we were like, what is happening? Obviously from Hogwarts Legacy, obviously from Doctor Strange, but we ultimately made it there.
Well, our biggest jump from that was Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So maybe our goal was unrealistic we undercut ourselves, but I mean, when we looked at each other when we started the channel, I was like, I don't know if we're getting 500 subs in 1 year. That seems like a lot. Maybe that's minuscule. I mean, right now, I guess good time to report as well. Our goal at 1 year,
shy.
at 1 year, we wanted to be, or to keep going, we wanted to be at 500 subscribers. And as of right now, unless the number has changed, we are 3,537.
37. 3537. Oh, no, did we lose some?
Oh, we definitely lost some.
Guys, stop!
You dirty rotten! No, but 3,537, which is over 7 times what we wanted to achieve to keep going.
So now, obviously, we're going to have to really step it up for the next year.
Well, I mean, I look at the thing is now, I mean, my goal now is like, I just want to keep seeing our subscribers double year over year. Maybe that's unrealistic, but at this point, we've gained our fan base. We know what we're doing. We're obviously a lot more refined.
Hi, Zach.
Whoa, Zach is watching. How's it going, Zach, buddy? Look what I got.
But yeah, so like, and I mean, we've always said that we want to get to a point too, again, like really putting it out there. We want to get to a point where we could have a YouTube plaque.
Oh man. If you're seeing this, help us get to, what is it, 100K?
Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, help us out, man. Like, let's...
Ryan Reynolds, hello, Kevin Feige. But we would not have gotten, let's call spade a spade, we would not have gotten to 3,500 subscribers as quickly probably as we did without our biggest video.
Well, that was the thing. So again, with the research that you were doing, you said, well, like, why don't we start doing international? Because in one of our, I think it was the Doctor Strange one, someone said you should react to the trailer, and I think it was RRR.
Yeah, something like that.
And I went, what the hell is that? So you looked it up.
I looked it up.
It was it was international. So it was like Bollywood,
Sandalwood. Yeah, it was just because obviously when you're on the internet, you're reaching people all over the world, and that's great. We love all that. But someone had commented, and they said react to this movie. I was like, I never heard this movie. Is it coming in theater?
I gotta take this off. It's digging into me too much.
So when I looked it up, it was what I've been calling, just for simplicity and make sure I'm not saying anything, because again, there's so many different genres of movies. It was international film. So I ended up looking at it, I was like, okay. And then they were like, you'll get lots of subscribers if you react to some of these movies. So we discussed it. You stick to home. You knew the movies.
Yeah.
I was like, I enjoy cinema completely across whatever. I said, I'll give it a shot.
I like to play within my own wheelhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't that I didn't want to particularly do this stuff. It was just like, I'm more comfortable doing my thing. But I said, like, free reign. Go nuts.
Do you. So I dabbled in it. And when I did dabble in it, the support was there, like this commenter said. And I mean, we ended up getting a couple thousand of views on each one of those videos I did. I had a couple misses because I didn't know what I was doing correctly and incorrectly. But we started getting comments on the international reactions I was doing. Every video would get like, react to this KGF, react to KGF. It stands for Kohler Goldfields. Yash is king. I was like, okay, I don't know who this Yash guy is.
Who's this Yash dude?
So I started to research it, and there was a new KGF coming out. The first one was already out for a couple years, but chapter 2 was coming, and the trailer was about to drop about 2 weeks after I got into this realm of international films.
And they do their trailer launches very differently than we do.
Yes, and they actually announce it. Marvel.
Straight, yeah, they announce it. They
you don't
show
have
it
to
off
be,
in the theater. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
And you picked that out.
So
you set a date.
But once again, they said it was going to drop on a Sunday at 10:40 a.m. You were off. I was off. I said, Peter, this is the one. Just like Kohler Goldfields, I said, this one's going to be a gold mine because everybody from overseas was telling us, this is the movie. This is the movie. So we end up planning. Peter came over early. We set up. We watched the movie live. Actually, if you recall, the trailer wasn't even a trailer. It was shown. It was like a live video of a cinema screen. We reacted to it there. Then the trailer dropped after we had already reacted, and I plucked it and put it into the video.
Oh, and you were lucky.
To this day, we were so quick uploading that video that we were the second one on the internet, and I can confirm that because I looked and looked and looked, refresh, and it was us and one other video. That was it. In 1 hour, we had 11,000 views. I was refreshing, and our subscribers was going from like 50, 20, 30, 50, 100. I was like, what is going on? So anyone who is out there and did watch that KGF Chapter 2 trailer, bless you. Thank you very much. To this date, it's our biggest video. Right now, it's sitting at 171,000 views, and we have gained over 1,100 subscribers off that one video.
And that's what got us to a point where it was kind of nerve-wracking.
It's amazing. That's amazing to me.
Because we were always saying like, oh, at some point, like we're gonna make money with YouTube. At some point, we'd like to do this.
Yep.
And so obviously we had the goals, and to do that, you have to have 1,000 subscribers a year, and you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. And I think from that one video, we had like 6,000.
In 24 hours.
Yeah, it was like.
So I looked it up.
It was like 6,000 hours of watch time just from that.
If we had no other video on our YouTube channel at that time, we would have been monetized in one day.
Yeah.
Which was mind-boggling. You know, everyone who watches this channel knows our wheelhouse is DC, Marvel, gaming, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do we like? It would have been great if that Doctor Strange had done that exact same thing, because we would have had so many followers of Marvel and all that stuff. But just to give a shout out to the international viewers we do have out there, thank you very much, because you definitely did some real cool stuff for two guys who were just trying to make a YouTube channel work. And it's because of you that you know, we're probably where we're to. So celebrating 1 year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like because it was unnerving to me. I was like, okay, we're gonna try and get monetized. We're gonna try and do this. We're gonna try and do that. And then it happened. I was like, oh. Now
you got nervous. I don't know
because it was just then it became something of like, because I'm an anxious person anyways. And then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, like how are we? Like, okay, it's gonna be taxes now. Like, what are we gonna do this? Like, how are we gonna go from here? We're gonna have to top this. What are we gonna like? This can't be like, oh, like shit, like this, everything. Like, oh, I can't move to Malibu. I don't know. Like, it was a
well, we had to go to the bank together, and he was just there sitting there. I was like, wasn't cool as a cucumber. But anyway,
I was losing weight by the second.
You know, and don't get me wrong, we are not millionaires sitting here recording this video.
Yeah.
But please, someone, you know, you should hit that share button, hit that like button. You know, we don't know. Well, our goal right now, like, I mean, good time to segue in. Our goal right now, we joke it, but we say we would love to get big enough that Marvel themselves would invite us to at least Secret Wars premiere. May never happen. It's a goal.
Yes.
That's not a goal. But if it happened, we'd be like, damn.
I'd be very happy with Deadpool 3.
Yep.
Ryan,
Mr. Reynolds,
Hugh. But yeah. So, and it's nice to have goals. So when they fail, it's just.
But there was something else that came along with, like, once KGF took off.
I know what you're talking about now.
And we got that numbers, right? We got the numbers. That's when the trickle effect started, which is something that we weren't really prepared for. But we always knew it could happen, so we were a bit excited, but we never really thought it was going to happen. And that was when people started to reach out to us. And they were like, hey, we see you're doing this. You're from Newfoundland, haven't seen stuff like this before coming out of here. We were also promoting ourselves that way, don't get us wrong, but we just had some, you know, no major corporations, just really cool people reaching out to two guys who just want to do something good in the community. So I want to give a shout out personally, because I had a little bit more dealings with it than you. I won't say any last names, but I do want to say, if you do watch this, thank you, Mr. Norman from Cineplex.
I don't want to say.
We're not saying his last name, but thank you. Cineplex is one of our biggest, if not, is probably our biggest sponsor, supporter, helper that we have. I won't say anything about what they do for us, but I do want to say that they were kind enough to recognize what we were doing. They knew the genre was movies. Cineplex, for anybody who is not from Canada, I guess, Cineplex is our local movie theater chain all over Canada. They did something for us that we will never forget, and they continue to do it. And because of that, let's just say we do get to enjoy more movies that we enjoy that we probably normally wouldn't on our regular salaries and pays and all
time
that
frames,
stuff. And time frames, exactly. So I want to give a shout out to that, but you know of the other one that gave us a little bit of exposure.
That was probably the
You were shocked.
the giddiest I've ever been because you contacted me.
Yeah, I did.
With a Facebook Messenger message from a local fella, Darren.
No last name, Darren. Yep.
And Darren runs, he runs numerous things.
Yeah, he does.
But he
Darren
runs a
Mayer,
small show on a local public access network called Pocket Universe. And he basically, I can't remember if he found out about us or we were recommended to him by somebody else. But regardless, he wanted to get us on the show because there aren't as far as I know, there aren't very many local YouTubers. And where we were dealing with things nerdy, which is what Darren deals with.
Yep.
We got into that, and then I knew I was like, wait, that name sounds familiar. I looked into the background, and I was like, oh my God, he helps out, or he's a major part of Sci-Fi on the Rock, which is our sci-fi convention that we've got here.
Yep.
So Justin took it apart. Well, we started. I was walking around. I was pacing back and forth. My kids were like, "Well, what are we doing? And we're gonna be
common occurrence over here.
Yeah, we're gonna be on Entertainment Tonight next. Oh my God, it's gonna be huge. We're gonna be on Soup. I don't know. Like it's gonna be on everything.
One day, I don't know.
And so we decided that when we were gonna film this, which is gonna be in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And we said like, well, maybe we'll just casually bring up like, hey, if you're doing sci-fi this year, we'd be interested in helping you out. As in, like, can we have a table and like, hi, we're the Distorted Theorists.
Yeah.
You like movies?
At this point, it was a mutual relationship. So we filmed our Pocket Universe, which was a great help. Thanks again, Darren. It actually just aired not too long ago. You can find it on YouTube, on Rogers TV's official YouTube website if you want to check that out. And we said, we're looking to get some more exposure locally because we had reached all these moviegoers from abroad and the gamers from abroad, and then of course the international film, like I said. And we wanted to bring it back to the local, and they were looking for some, special guests, whatever you want to title that. So there was a mutual agreement. We came together, and we ended up heading down to Sci-Fi on the Rock, which was really cool. We were their featured special YouTube guests. And the good thing about it, before we even got to Sci-Fi, another big shout out, again, won't say no last names, big shout out to our buddy Jeff. He actually got us in on Avalon Expo 8 down at the Holiday Inn here. And that was our real testing waters there.
That was where I really had to come out of my shell.
And you did. You remember how big our smalls were that whole weekend? We were just like, this is amazing.
Well, I didn't like his. I'm an introvert. Like I really am. Like if there's something that I'm passionate about, yes. Like my wife knows this. I will talk for days. She, by proxy, hates Star Wars, and so I'm sorry, Ashley, but I get excited about Star Wars.
Yep.
But because of that, when we started, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be like, 'cause I'm not a people person. Like, I can be.
And on the opposite side, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm also, like you kind of already said, I also wrote a book. So I have been at multiple conventions, multiple sales outlets, multiple tables, and what's the word I'm looking for? Events, sales places.
Conventions.
No, yeah, I guess. But anyway, so I've been behind the table. I've been in the crowds a million times. So for me, it was like, yeah, let's do this thing. But you tagged along, and we had some. That was a good weekend.
And yeah,
probably my favorite, to be honest.
Well, it was just fun to be able to do that and just like talk about us. Like I was selling us,
and we had the setup showing our videos. There was people who came up to us at that point. Again, the notoriety now was starting to gain some traction, and we were seeing that.
You guys, I've seen this.
People,
My son
watches. Remember that kid?
Yeah.
He was like, "Can I get an autograph?" We were like,
"We don't know how to do that.
We don't know how to do that. Can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "Mom, is this okay?" Like to his mom, obviously not my mom, but I did ask my mom if it was okay. But like. It was endearing. It was an eye opener.
We get to flex our interviewer skills.
Yep, we interviewed so many cosplayers, which we'll get to a little bit later as well. But it got us a chance to sit with people for maybe one day when the real world finally catches up with us, and we do get maybe an interview, which actually, I guess it did prepare us in some way because I guess at Sci-Fi on the Rock when we were a special guest. I had a mini heart attack. You can.
So you did, because this is something.
Yeah,
again, so me coming out of my shell.
Yeah.
So
pay attention, folks, if you're tuned in.
While we were setting up for sci-fi, we kind of got to a point where we're like, well, this isn't going to do. We must make this better for ourselves. So we were just kind of like running around, and we were setting up at the hotel for.
1 second. I want to make sure we get our shout-outs.
Yeah.
Christopher Francis says, congrats on 1 year. I'm fairly new sub. We'll be here for you, your second anniversary for sure. Thank you so much, Christopher
I hope
Francis.
we will too.
Actually, he won one of my Pokemon card giveaways, which he'll be picking up next weekend when we go down for that pack battle, which we'll talk about a little later as well. But thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man. If you want to share the video, leave us another comment on other videos. Let us know, man. We do appreciate your support for sure.
So, and again,
sci-fi.
I'm not going to get into a whole bunch, like into names,
Yeah.
but when I was looking to speak with Darren, and he was chatting with somebody, and then I recognized the person that he was speaking to was one of the other featured guests, which was going to be a Power Ranger that was featured in one of the previous seasons. Now, this you can see on YouTube, you can see these comics that are up here. Those are Power Ranger comics. This dude is
these ones right there.
obsessed
Right here.
with Power Rangers. And in terms of collecting these, there's a pretty penny that's been spent into it. And
There will be a video in the future, by the way. Just let everybody watch it know. I'm working on it.
So I was just like, hey, you're so-and-so, right? I was like, yeah. And then he recognized me because I said, well, I'm part of the YouTube. Like, oh, you're the Distorted Theorist. So I was like, holy.
I was not present at this point, folks. I was not present at this point.
So I said, well, would you mind, like, if you just, like, we kind of, like, shoot the shit, as it were, and, like, my buddy, he's the Power Ranger guy. I am not the Power Ranger guy. I've searched over. I was like, oh, man, I've probably been in something else that you've seen. So we were just hanging out. We were just chatting about stuff that he'd been doing in St. John's. We were chatting like how he was saying where his family was here and what they were enjoying with it too, and his history of what he was doing before he became a stuntman. And Justin kind of came up over the stairs, and he had this thing in his arms.
I was carrying a table is what I was doing.
I was like, oh, hey, Justin. And Justin
like as I laid, like I could see, as I was carrying the table, it was blocking my view like this. So I could see Peter talking. So as I laid the table down, in comes to view Mr. Brennan Mejia, which is the friggin' Power Ranger, Red Ranger at that.
I'm not gonna say names, but anyways.
Well, I mean, he's our first celebrity interview. This is what I said. We were prepared.
Yeah, true.
I was not prepared to meet the man the night before, but my goodness, that was a moment I won't forget, to be honest. And it's a little surreal. Humble dude. Got to give the guy props. He was such a humble dude, such a nice guy.
And just the stuff that he would do for fans too. I mean, we were walking out to do our actual interview with him, and then later on, a family member of my extended family was like, oh, is the Power Ranger there? He came down as Power Ranger, and he posed with him and did all this stuff. He absolutely did not have to do what he did. And the little guy still doesn't understand who he was standing next to, but it was just like, who's this guy? I don't know, pose with him. And he just went out of his way to make somebody else's day a little bit better. And it was kind of,
so that was, and that was our first celebrity. I say celebrity again. He was humble. He just wanted to be a regular dude, which he is. Like, you know what I mean? But he is ultimately, to me, I always wish I could be a Power Ranger on TV when I was younger. Still now, if they hired me. But I think I'm not a teenager with attitude anymore. So
teenage heartthrob?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm on a poster somewhere. Who knows? But I think I'd just like to think that Brendan prepared us for, when, like I said, when
we meet Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, when we meet Ryan and Hugh and all the Avengers and Tom Holland and all them. But another thing that there was so much that, like, once this sci-fi stuff happened and the Avalon Expo, we were starting to also not only be YouTubers, but we started to join a bit more of the local community. Like, not in the sense like, okay, there's a YouTube community.
We became part of the geek community.
Exactly, and which we already were.
But we didn't know about it.
Yeah, we were in a geek community, but didn't know, we didn't know all about it. There's many levels to the geek community. But once we got into this, we joined, like I said, the geeks, the cosplayers. I mean, I knew what cosplay was. I didn't realize how many Newfoundland had. The convention vendors, attendees, like, there was just how many friends have we made since we've been doing this YouTube thing where
Well, that's the thing. Like after all the people that we're talking about, and people that I've had in that I've known for a while, actually, that've been doing cosplay, Kelly Ray.
Shadow Kelly Ray.
But with that and getting to meet the majority of this other fantastic community and of people that are just doing what they love, and it's not just something they're doing it for them, and they're doing it for each other. And they're doing it so other people can see what they enjoy. And it's just that selfless...
But may I? They do it in such a normalcy.
Yeah.
It's almost like we know the world we're in.
It's not like
a lot of this
the
stuff.
cosplayers are coming.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, they're just doing their thing.
But like that's the thing. Like here in Newfoundland, I'm just speaking freely. It's almost like the cosplayers are a little bit celebrity-ish, right? It has that vibe. So once we do the YouTube, we felt that we were, again, I'll air quoted, celebrity-ish, and we joined this community that we didn't even know existed because there's so many levels to it. Then you got the furry community, we end up making friends there. Like there's just so many levels, and like you don't realize what's actually behind the curtain until you peel it back, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
And that's why I'm hoping through the context that we've made, and that the pleasant context that we've made is not just business. It's some people that we've actually engaged in fruitful conversations with that. Like I'm looking forward to hopeful collaborations in the future.
Right.
We even were talking about throwing the possibility of maybe doing something of an intro video for us. I know we do but we always have, since sci-fi, we've tossed around the idea of having that 30-second intro. And we could definitely use our cosplay. I still have that whole storyboard sequence done in my head, and I'd love to do it. Yeah. And I'm still hoping that we can.
Well, listen, maybe
we've got the gear now. We've got that's the other thing. We've been upgrading gear too.
But the funny thing about it is, again, it's just levels. You know, you have these attendees. You meet the people who look up to these people. We join the cosplay level, but then you also got the establishment level. And how many acquaintances have we made in these establishments, such as our friend Amanda at Heroes and Hobbies, which is a comic book store who hosts cosplayers and people like us, where Pocket Universe was filmed. You got
JJ's Fun Stop.
JJ's Fun Stop, who is a big supporter of our upcoming pack battle. He sells everything from collectibles, Pokemon cards, TCG, everything.
Game On. That's your, because I have yet to meet anybody from.
No, I met Game On, but we can't talk about him too much for another week because he's going into opposition. But Chris is a great dude. No hard feelings. But we'll wait till the pack battle's over, and then you went over to Midgard. You said they were really nice.
And we still have promises that we've got to make good on, and we are because they did help us out.
We are filtering.
It's just life has hit us hard recently.
But I mean, we also I took it upon myself this summer to go around and just see if anyone in the community wanted to support us, to get us further off the ground here in Newfoundland, and to support, like, you know it yourself, I texted you or called you, and I was like very emotional because we ended up getting gift cards from so many different places that I was like, really, you're going to support us? Our genre is movie and gaming, you're about knitting, I don't know. Like, it was just weird
Sushi.
To see the support. When you come out like that, it's like, people want to see you do well, and you don't really see that till you decide to do it, if that makes any sense. But
that's true. No, it is. But that's the thing. And the communities that we are a part of are ones that want to see everyone succeed. And I haven't met anyone from the community who's like, oh, they suck, I don't want to see them around anymore.
But I think that's why once we finished Sci-Fi on the Rock was really that moment that we felt a little bit accomplished. Like we were like, we are doing something good here. This is not just for our entertainment. It's not for just YouTube's entertainment. There is people that enjoy having us around to make their weekends where they get to come out of their shells and be who they want to be, and we're there supporting that, and we're just being like a pillar of advice or a pillar of information for movies they don't even know is coming or games they don't know are coming, and it just made us feel really, really good. So I thought that was really cool. It meant something to me.
Well, and I just want to see it. I want to see it grow.
Cool. We have David coming in. Lads, I had to head back to work. Keep up the awesome. I shall keep helping with maximum effort. And remember, Peter, it's Whitney Houston.
No, it's Celine Dion. You're wrong.
He got you. He got you, David. I love you already. You're a top contender right now for the greatest comments of all time.
You're wrong.
You got no red.
Celine Dion.
At least you got no red hoodie on today that they can call out on, but whatever.
Well, now they go, the guy in the white shirt.
But speaking of, I guess we'll talk, segueing with that trailer of Deadpool, which also done very well for us. We're at about 10K views with that one right now. Looking towards the future a little bit. What do we got up? What we got coming? What we got coming?
Well, we've got everything. There's the multiverse saga, which was aptly named very recently.
Yeah.
We got Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
And there's just so much more in the, and that's just Marvel alone. Like there's Secret Wars, there's the Kang Dynasty, we got Ant-Man, we got Hope.
And this is just Marvel. This is just Marvel. I mean, okay, I'm going to give a 5-second warning for Black Adam.
No, it's already out. Listen, It's already been an article that's been posted at this point. It's out there. And Superman is at the end.
Yes, Henry Cavill is back as Superman. So that means DC is ramping up. Plus, I do want to dabble in there that Ezra Miller is back as the Flash after that faux pas, whatever happened.
Well, no, hold on. No. He's back in Flashpoint, and we have yet to see if he's going to do anything after that.
Fair, but we're at least seeing Flashpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I want to see
Aquaman 2 is still coming.
Yeah, and I'm interested in, I want to see, Man of Steel. Man of Steel was a good movie.
It was well made.
Yes.
I don't know if the story was amazing. Sometimes I watch them, but I love the opening sequences with the oil rig and all that. So the way they introduced Henry Cavill as Superman was dope. So.
And now that he's back, and now that there's a little more creative control that's going to be going on with the DCEU, sorry.
Because
now
of who?
James Gunn.
There you go.
Who's now finished with the Guardians of the Galaxy with the holiday special Volume 3, and he's done, and
his contract with Marvel's finito.
Well, it's not even that it's finito. It's just that it's at a point now where everyone's saying well, what do you think is going to happen? People have gone to Kevin Feige and it's well, what were you going to be I do feel betrayed, and he said, I'm going to be first in line to see what he does, because DC and Marvel are now at that point like a couple of years ago, we're like, DC is this and Marvel is that, and me. It's just whatever. It's just a separate universe, and we want them all to be good. I will fully admit, I have shit on the DCEU. I have, because in my opinion, from previous leadership, it's just not there. Jeff Johns was part of this, the Joss Whedon stuff.
But you know what, Ed? But the thing is, a lot of commenters did say okay, you guys are Marvel fanboys, blah blah blah. We do enjoy Marvel. However, you have also shit on the Sony universe because of Morbius and Carnage and Venom and all that. So
not Venom. I enjoy when Venom's around.
Even Venom and Carnage. Because Carnage, let there be Carnage.
Let there be Carnage. It's listen, Venom was a good movie. It was a great movie, but it wasn't a bad movie. Venom, Let There Be Carnage could have been a good movie. I guarantee that there is a director's cut somewhere that actually shows how much of a better movie that would have been.
Don't come at me. I'm just not a big fan of Woody Harrelson. That's just me, my opinion.
Oh yeah,
I really feel like the Carnage could have been a lot better of a person. But anyway, actor or whatever. Not that he's not a good actor.
I wish he was. I'm just saying, a serial killer.
I think there could have been a better choice for a role. That's what I want to say. You were great in Money Train. Have you ever seen that movie?
No. And then there was Morbius.
I enjoyed Morbius.
I know you did, because you love shitty movies.
Hey, I didn't like Black Adam, and then that ended up being one of the best DC movies of all time. I don't know. I don't see it.
I have changed my opinion. I do like it a little more.
Yeah?
As some of its parts, it is better than what I thought it was.
I'll be honest. I gave it a 4 out of 10. Probably was not a 4 out of 10. I will revise my rating to a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I said a 6 or a 6.5. I'd probably give it a 7 now, because again, I'm not going to get into it. But But we have our stuff that we crap on. There's the stuff that we do enjoy. You're Marvel fanboys. Yeah, you know what is an awful Marvel movie? Thor: Love and Thunder. Okay?
He didn't like it.
Well, it's not that he didn't like it. It's because the original cut of that movie was over 3 hours long, and it showed a lot more of Gore the God Butcher. And
I would have died for more of him.
Right? And he just got cut short, and it just went. There was so much that was in, and I don't know if it was the executives. I don't know if it was Taika. I don't know if it was anyone else. If it was Kevin that they just started throwing this out, and it just became a weird rom-com about an axe and goats, and it just wasn't.
I'm not gonna lie, the axe stuff hit for me though.
It did the first or second time, but then when it kept coming, I was like,
yeah,
oh,
there was
my God.
And this comment came up a lot. Is just that like Thor: Love and Thunder, just too many jokes, which Ragnarok did its thing. They should have scaled back a little bit, but I think they were just afraid. I honestly just think Marvel was afraid to lose Thor to the abyss again,
Which was fair, but they might have kind of rolled it back. I just want to hear some information, Sony and Marvel, what's happening with my boy Spidey. Huh?
Is Tom Holland going to be in Secret Wars?
I just want to know what's going to happen with Spider-Man. As much as I love Tom Holland, he said that he wants to take a break from it. Whether that's true or not, maybe his break is going to be 2 weeks. I don't know. I want Spider-Man movies. Not Sony Spider-Man movies. I want MCU Spider-Man movies.
They have
Keep it coming.
They have not done a bad one yet. No Way Home was just...
Like, the worst of the three was Far From Home. And that was still a great movie.
I love my boy Jake Gyllenhaal, man. I'm not gonna lie. I did think he was gonna show up in the new one, but he didn't.
He's still a silly villain, though.
You think so?
It was the silliest reasoning for him to become a villain.
What? True. Yeah. But
Tony called my thing barf. Destroy Stark Industries. Like that was the silliest way to. Seriously, that was his motivation.
Like
I don't like the way you're gonna barf.
I don't know. What was your favorite Spider-Man movie? Let us know down in the comments.
No Way Home. There's only one answer in the MCU.
But I mean, before we even go down the future rabbit hole, the other thing again, just because we are touching on our year anniversary of YouTube and all this stuff, one thing we didn't realize, you kind of said earlier, was the local YouTubers that are in Newfoundland. They've started to pop up a lot more. I don't know if it's the algorithm pointing us in their direction, but we have interacted with a few more of the YouTube community lately. One big shout out to our boy Curtis Basil02 Gaming. Check out his channel if you haven't seen it. We will be pack battling him next week, almost a week from now. We'll be talking about that again.
I've really got to brush up on my complete and utter lack of Pokemon knowledge. I know Pikachu and Lucario.
No, I know all of them.
I know. So that's why I'm going to
Scarlet and Violet's in 2 weeks, man. Scarlet and
I'm going to be pulling cards and I'll be like, this is good. This is a great card. And everyone in the audience will be like, you suck.
Yeah, but as per all my thumbnails, if I do this, you'll know it's a good one.
You do that when your dog walks into the room, though.
I know.
Who's he talking?
What's under your cue card? I don't even know what the next talking point is.
Oh, right. So we're right. I'm just.
Oh, hey.
It's something we're already talking about.
Yeah. So
for those of you that don't know, I and Justin have partnered with the Janeway Children's Hospital Foundation along to fundraise for the Extra Life 2022 fundraiser, in which we will be streaming for around 24 hours.
Yeah. By my calculations, 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, while anyone watches the streams, you are welcome, and I hope that you do donate to the cause. Every single dollar that you donate to whatever we're doing,
we get nothing.
Every dollar goes to the kids, for all our kids.
Yeah.
And it benefits our Janeway Children's Hospital. And that's
we
not
only
just
have
us.
one.
And that's not just us. If you go on that, because it's Extra Life Day on Saturday.
Right.
So if there's anyone else that's doing it on Twitch and you follow, they're going to be doing it for their local one as well. Now, we'd appreciate the support for us. But again, who's to say that you can't support multiple people at once?
Exactly. So, the thing is, basically what they're trying to do is bring gamers together to spread awareness for the children's hospitals, and just do our part. And that's all we're asking. There is a video up on our YouTube if you guys want to go over and check that. It's called Why Do We Extra Life? Make sure you check it out, leave a comment. And like I said, the links are all there for your support. We're not even asking much. If you want to literally give $1, great. If 100 people gave $1, that's $100. You know what I mean?
And because of that now too, we're trying to shake it up a little.
What, with the incentives?
Well, there's the incentives.
There is incentives, which we'll talk about in a second.
But I guess we can kind of try and talk about our schedule a little bit, because we're going to
which you technically, my schedule is fairly bleak.
Because Justin's going to play Warzone. Then I'm going to play Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice.
Then Justin's going to play Warzone. Then I'm going to play Horizon Forbidden West. Then Justin's going to play Warzone. Then I'm going to play Plague Tale, the first one. Requiem? Innocence? The first one. Then Justin's going to play...
I am going to play Horizon.
Warzone.
No, I'm going to play Horizon. Okay. but no,
then I'm going to join them.
Yeah, well, what the plan is tentatively right now, when 12 o'clock strikes on the night of November 4th, right? From 12 to 2, we're going to play some Warzone. Just something that we can play together.
It'll likely be you, because if I'm getting up to do it at 6...
You shut your whore mouth.
Listen, man, I got a long day of gaming, and...
He's going to play Warzone with me from 12 to 2. And then we're going to go to bed for a little bit. I also have a newborn, so don't play that game with me.
That's right. So you don't have to get up and play until what time?
10 o'clock, right. But I'm going to be up at 6 is what I'm saying with my newborn.
Yeah, but you'll be napping with her.
So probably. I might even be playing without streaming because you'll be on and I'll be just playing. Right?
Gasp.
But we will be shooting some Warzone, and I'm definitely, listen, Warzone is an online game. The ones you're playing, all due respect, going to be solo campaigns, whatever.
Oh, not necessarily. I could be playing Ghost of Tsushima Legends,
well,
which is an online co-op simulator.
But what I'm saying is, with Warzone, I'm going to be getting into random lobbies with random people all over the world, and I already told you today, I'm going to be asking each and every one of them to hit that subscribe button and drop that donation for the Kids Children Hospital. So I'm going to be doing my part. So don't shit on my Warzone. I want to get some money for Extra Life. But what I wanted to say about the incentives. So for anybody paying attention, to whoever may be thinking about donating, if you know someone that is into supporting causes such as the Children's Hospital, we do have incentives. If you, remember you were saying like, why do you want to donate to us instead of someone else? Well, here's why. Because if you donate $20 or more, up to $40, I guess, you will be entered with everyone else who donates that amount of money to win one exclusive Distorted Theorist t-shirt. Okay? That's if you donate $20 to $40, we'll say. If you donate 40 to 70,
70?
40 to $70, you will be entered to not only win a second, like another Distorted Theorist t-shirt, but also you will win 4 Cineplex gift cards. That's movies. That's banked to the movies. That's almost $100. Well, with the t-shirt, it is $100 value, theoretically. So, $40 for
all you gotta do is $41 for
$41 or 40 on the nose even. Then, but here's the big one, which we actually would kind of enjoy, like we think it would be pretty cool and fun. If you donate $70 or more to the cause of the Children's Hospital, the Janeway, through our link, if you donate $70 or more, you will be entered to win you and another person, or just them? I think it was 2 people, wasn't it? Like 2 tickets?
Well, we're going to do 2.
We'll do
at least one.
We're going to take it, you and a friend to the movies with us, to a big blockbuster movie. For example, could be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is coming up in February. But not only that, you'll also be featured in our immediate reaction and review when we get at the theater after watching it. Non-spoiler, of course. And we'll be throwing that up on our YouTube. So I think that's pretty cool that they can get in on that with us as well.
Right. And yeah, so we'll have to iron out the details for that too, because Lord knows there could be schedule issues and with all that stuff. And
yeah, we're working on it. I'm sure I'll be messaging someone. So, but that's after that. What else we got? The future. First of all, that's been our year.
Future.
That right there. We just ended our first year in review. That was a lot of crap, man. That was
crap.
That was a lot of crap.
That's what Justin thinks.
No, it was all good.
It's just crap.
Like I said, just to recap myself, my personal thoughts. I had a blast. Like I said in my post earlier today, when I wished us happy anniversary, was that, like, just being real, is that our lives are busy.
Yeah.
You're a nurse.
Well, we've always
I got a newborn plus a job. So it's like,
we keep asking ourselves, like, why aren't we doing like what the Real Rejects are doing? They've got like 4 million subscribers, and the New Rock Stars have 1, and how come we're not at that? Yeah, because that's literally all they do.
That's their job.
All they do, and you even sent me a thumbnail from it was a slow day for reaction YouTubers.
It's been a week without really anything.
And all what people they were doing is they were reacting to like paranormal videos, and I was like, that have been out forever.
Yeah. So it's just, guys, for anyone who is watching this video right now live with us, or maybe you'll find this video later down the road, like, I hope you guys realize we do our best. We're trying to support you guys support us, but we do have lives. I got a newborn. I have a job. You have a more demanding job than I have. And we do what we can. So if you ever notice that our videos, a trailer, like for example, Avatar, The Way of the Water, we're going to be filming that after this. It came out yesterday. We're not going to drop it till tomorrow. Unfortunately, that's all we can do.
We try to catch things when we can, like our Deadpool one. That was like, oh my God, I got to do this.
But again, back to the hashtag keep it real. We keep it real with the viewers. It's not always about the real reaction or the real whatever. It's about...
Look at that.
What?
The Distorted Theorists edited their story, apparently just then.
We did?
I don't know.
Cool.
Thanks, phone.
But, we do what we can as quick as we can without hindering our lives. But we enjoy when we get together. I enjoy getting together with you. We don't get to hang out as much as we would like because of said busy lives. So when we do have to film a video, as much as it's like, oh yeah, we got to get together and work, do our YouTube.
But we enjoy what we're doing.
We get to chat. A lot of conversations happen off camera as well, where we're just shooting shit and making sure that each other's taken care of and that what's on the horizon and where we want to see the channel to go ultimately, which is great. So, without this channel, we probably would not see each other as much as we often do, which you might enjoy. I don't know.
I hated coming here tonight.
Hey, listen, we got the studio, but looking towards the future, I don't know. We've talked about so many things. We've talked about new mics. We've talked about green screens. We've talked about a banner. Like anything immediate that comes to your mind. We end up getting our gimbal, which was a great. We ended up getting that last year.
So we one of our friends, Chris, lent us his little gimbal to help with some filming
sci-fi.
For sci-fi.
Yeah.
Because at Avex, it was this. I was walking around like this. So you can see I'm trying to do my best, even though I'm using my iPhone, which has it's got some motion detector, so it doesn't see you like stomp. But it's not perfect. But the gimbal that we use does have that real smooth motion that can avoid that, which we actually use for a large portion of our Extra Life video, which is very helpful on Facebook and our YouTube.
Listen, I'm not going to lie, that was pretty well put together. There was a great editor on that. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I enjoy editing. I enjoy making thumbnails.
I was the director. You were the editor.
Yeah, so it was all good.
We were both the talent.
But in the future, would we love to see our subscribers double by next year? I would. I'd love to have 7,000 subscribers by next year. It would be enough it would be the fuel to keep me going mentally, I guess, if that makes sense. Now, if we don't have 7,000, will we give it up? I don't know. I don't see it, but...
If it honestly gets to the point where I feel that it's a chore to do it, like we got to film something like this, and I'm like, oh my God, and every now and then I do get like that, and I know at some point like oh my God, like She-Hulk or Hawkeye, like I filmed that tonight.
Yeah.
But if it gets to the point where it's like, okay, we've got something there. Oh,
Jeffrey Miller, hello Jeffrey, how's it going, my man? Hope you're a subscriber. If not, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell all your friends we're live. Appreciate the comment. Thank you.
What was I talking about?
She-Hulk, about
getting stagnant.
Sometimes, yeah.
And once it gets to that point, then I think we can honestly say we had fun while we were doing it because we don't want to hate doing this because then it becomes something that you resent.
We just kind of decided one day that why are we watching trailers in the privacy of our own home, freaking out in the privacy of our home, then we call each other, text each other, did you friggin' see that trailer? Blah, blah, blah. Instead, we get together, we share some time together, we get to watch these trailers and be like, holy crap, on camera, and then when the camera gets shut off, we turn around and go, holy crap again, and then we vomited the diarrhea of the mouth all over again. So, but having said that, that's the future of where we want to be, but we do have stuff already on the horizon that some people may or may not even know. No, I think you're out of cue cards.
No,
wait. What number do you have? 17. I got 16.
Yeah, so you need to get it together.
Yeah. So in the future, coming up, the next biggest thing for us is Avalon Expo 9. And we are doing, as we already mentioned prior, a Pokemon card pack battle against Basil O2 Gaming. I'm super stoked for it. I realize I'm a bit more excited than you. Don't get me wrong.
But I'm gonna get what I'm gonna get out of it, really and truly, is people are gonna show up to us and they're gonna be like, you don't know what a Sneasel looks like or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is fine because again, when I play Pokemon games, I'm like, quick attack, quick attack.
Yep.
Quick attack. That's what I use.
Yeah.
But there's just going to be the satisfaction of opening card
Yeah,
packs. I don't know what
I
it
know.
is about opening card packs. It's
The
just
other thing about it, like a big reason for this, honestly, was just us and Basil came to a little agreement and like conversation that like, let's support each other, let's build each other up, right? So as much as this is a pack battle, which by the way is more of a friendly one, but we still want to win. There is a trophy involved after all, and we get the support behind us with JJ Fun Stop. Game On is behind Basil, so it's a lot of friendly competition going on there. But ultimately, we're trying to grow his subscribers. He's trying to grow our subscribers. We're trying to grow each other's subscribers. All while having fun, and we get to attend Avalon Expo 9, back to the old stomping grounds, and maybe this time there'll be a few more people who recognize us than when we first went last time. And go ahead.
I love when people recognize this.
I know it's a bit of fun.
I've had
more than me.
Two or three people that have been like, "Oh, hey, I know you guys."
Yeah.
Happened in Costco. When you get recognized in Costco,
My small goal, this is going to sound narcissistic, is to walk into the mall, the Avalon Mall, and like have like,
without wearing the shirt.
without wearing the shirt, and like 10 people would be like, "Oh, you're the store there." I'll be like, "Yes, that's me." No
Please.
pictures, no pictures.
Yeah,
No, but
we're
we're going back to Avalon Expo 9. I can't wait. From what I've gathered, and I don't even know if I've told you this, it seems like we may have a packed room. I don't know if I told you this. I know for a fact there's like at least 20 to 30 people already coming.
Great. So my anxiety is just good.
So
Thanks.
it's going to be
Thanks,
good time,
guys.
and it's going to be live. So for anybody who's watching here locally from Newfoundland, if you want to attend live, there is going to be Pokemon card giveaways. We have some giveaways. Basil has some giveaways. It's a collective. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the video will go up on our YouTube channel after we are recording it as well. So I can't wait for that. What do you got? My thing, that was the Newfoundland's biggest
we've
pack
got
battle.
probably the most anticipated film of
Which is actually
the
happening
year.
before Avalon Expo.
I know, because you missed those times.
I think
up.
I did.
You really did.
But that's okay.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever
man.
on November 10th. I've still got to switch that shift. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you do.
No, I do. I'm going to have that covered. But
This is going to change the whole MCU. I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He hates when I say that.
Sake.
But listen, the review. You tell me,
This is a turning point.
it's a turning
Brother.
point. You must have by now heard that the reviews are out.
No.
I have.
Because I've only been paying attention to one review, and it's not for Black Panther.
Now, we will say, for anyone out there, a lot of these reaction channels do to every TV spot, whatever. We kind of gave that up.
No.
Not only because we don't see the added value in it a little bit, but
just
it
ruins it.
does ruin it for us too. We are still, at the end of the day, we are movie lovers. We don't want to see too much.
Right.
Trailers, like full-on official trailers, absolutely. We're going to catch it. That's what we signed on for by doing this channel with you guys. But when it comes to like the TV spots that add like 4 frames of extra footage, it's a waste, really and truly. If we had 1 million subscribers, would we do it? Yes, because it'd probably be our lifestyle, it'd probably be our job at that point. But right now, we're still having fun with movies, and that's what it comes down to. But man, I am so stoked for Black Panther, and the reviews are saying it is the most in-depth and well put together MCU movie like of all time. So I don't know.
No Way Home is.
They're saying it's the best movie of Phase 4. That was a dig, by the way. That was a dig. That was a dig.
Shove that right where.
But I'm excited for it. I mean, and that's a week from tonight exactly. We're going to the opening premiere night of it. So
2 days before Black Panther Wakanda Forever comes out.
yeah. Oh, is it your thing?
God of War Ragnarok comes out. And have you been reading the reviews for that?
No, have you?
Yes.
Spill. You take the wheel.
So this is the first time that I've actually ever seen this happen. So when God of War, it was technically like the 7th God of War, but the first God of War that was done for PS4 by Santa Monica Studios as God of War 2018. That came out, and a lot of reviewers like IGN, GameSpot, all these other places gave it insanely high reviews, to the point that they were giving it perfect scores. God of War Ragnarok, the embargo lifted today, and they're also damn near perfect. I've never seen that before for a game and its sequel to actually get like perfect scores. Like my favorite games of all time are the Red Dead series. Red Dead 1, it was good. Red Dead 2, amazing, but they weren't perfect. Well, okay, Red Dead 2 is a perfect game, but Red Dead 1 did have its flaws. But for God of War, which surprised the bejesus out of me because I never played the first ones. So,
What? Ooh.
hey,
I'm at work, but just wanted to say hi. Have a good one, guys, and congrats.
call
Who is
nerd
it?
Laura. That's Laura. That's my friend Laura.
Okay.
She visited us at Avalon Expo.
Hey, Laura.
She stayed in our panel.
She what? Sorry?
She's the artist. She was in our panel and she stopped by she saw us at Avalon.
Oh, okay.
You remember her?
No.
You don't.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Laura. I see a lot of people. But I appreciate the support wholeheartedly. Thank you so much for watching.
But yeah, God of War is something that I'm insanely looking forward to. And I've delved a little bit into it, but this is probably going to be a game that I'm going to be streaming a lot of because this is a huge game. This is bigger than the first one. And I actually had to tell my wife last night that I said, you do realize I'm going to be streaming this without you for parts of it. She went, I'm not okay with this. And I said, listen, you want that to happen with Horizon Forbidden West?
Listen.
And I have played every moment of Horizon Forbidden West with you. So I'm doing God of War, and this is for the content and for...
Sometimes you gotta do you.
Gotta lay down the
But yeah,
law.
so if anybody gaming, any gamers or game lovers are watching the channel or new subscribed or whatever, he's going to be definitely streaming some God of War.
If anyone local has a copy of Gotham Knights or the PS5 that they want to see shown up on Extra Live 2022...
Tracy Leanne is watching. Who's that? Hey, Tracy Leanne, whoever you are, we love your support.
Gotham Knights, PS5, for me. Let me borrow it.
Last
4
but
hours.
not least, we won't go too much into it because nothing is finalized, but we were happy or are happy to report that...
Can you announce this?
I don't know. I won't say too much. We won't go into... We've been contacted by a host of an event...
That would like us to potentially reappear at the following one. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. So that was really cool because obviously we must have done something right to garner the attention of wanting to return. So we're excited for that. We're waiting to have some chats about it. But if it all works out, we will be seeing all of our loyal fan base and all those cosplayers and all those vendors and everybody again because this is what we enjoy to do. So
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as far future, I mean, we got, like, just talking about some we are movies, we are gaming. Hogwarts Legacy, like we said, still on the horizon. Forspoken, I want to grab that. Atlas Has Fallen, or Atlas Fallen, or Fallen Atlas, want to grab that.
It's a really good game. You know the name of it.
What? Yeah, well, there was like a reveal trailer. So, like I said, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is on the horizon. Loki Season 2, the holiday special by Guardians of the Galaxy, Echo, Daredevil, Born Again. The list goes on and on. Like, there's just so much content that we're still going to be coming out with.
For you, Warzone 2.
That's in 2 weeks. Or a week.
And I didn't tell you.
No.
I have Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, did you? You ended up getting it?
I got like a sick deal on it.
Okay.
I've been playing the campaign and the
campaign?
The campaign.
Oh, he's been playing the campaign.
And the campaign is insane. It's so good.
Yeah.
But
Why would you keep that from me?
Because I only got like the other day.
I'm done with this channel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's mine now.
So what's this amazing deal you got?
There was someone on Reddit that was like, I got it in a bundle and I'd like to get rid of it. And I was like, so I got it for like half price.
This ain't...
No, this is real. I got it because I own. I did not do that or Sony PlayStation Network.
Listen, we got a few minutes left. I do want to say, I don't know, I didn't see any notifications of donations. That's okay. But, Peter, I did buy this beautiful cake. I'll show all the Facebook people first, but there's the YouTube people. I did buy this beautiful cake, the Distorted Theorists, 1 year.
It's gonna slop right from
Probably. But I would like for us to enjoy some of it. It is our anniversary after all. I drank all my beer, so I don't have any. Yeah, I brought us plates and forks and
You're
boom.
struggling.
Always do. Here we go. All right.
Why do you have a chef?
Do you want to cut it? Do you want me to cut it? What do you want to do? Here, you want to cut it? Here's your fork.
Yeah, I'll handle it.
All right, guys. We are going to be here for a little while longer. Don't get us wrong, but we do appreciate everybody who has subscribed, supported us, did whatever you have to do to make us known. Every share, every like, every comment does not go unnoticed. We can guarantee you.
Ice cream?
And we hope, no, it's chocolate. We hope to never be big enough, really, that we won't be able to answer all of our supporters and all of our commenters and all that stuff. Because that's what I enjoy. I love for those of you who may not know, when you get a comment on YouTube, you get like a little red hexagon notification, thank you very much, on your phone, and it lets you know someone's commented. That's the whole thing. So every morning, I'm not gonna lie, I do check my phone right away to see if we got one of those hexagons, because I love just see what someone
gets
said.
it before me. I don't get to answer anything because
You do. I don't even know if you've answered. Yeah, you have.
I have.
Your hate comments you get to answer.
I get my hate ones
for you.
And the odd ones that we used to get at the beginning one, where there was a good few people that were like, "Oh my God, you're so hot," or like, "You remember?" Like that was.
There was a couple people who said Peter was good looking. Now, those were from the blind hospital, but they were just listening to the video. You can lay that there. He's going to get that all over my computer. Okay, we're clear.
Joke's on you.
Guys, if there's any comments you want to say, good, bad, or ugly, ask us a question. It can be about starting a YouTube channel. It can be about what we're excited for. You can discuss a movie that's came out recently or a long time ago. I mean, I can throw out there, I am super, super excited that it got announced that Tobin Bell is going to be coming back for the new Saw movie. I know you could care less, but I am ecstatic. I am a huge... Hey, we were supposed to cheers. Wow. Ding. Cheers to 1 year, Pete. Oh, shit. That's actually pretty good.
Saw has become the Fast and the Furious to me.
No.
Yeah.
The Saw franchise's problem was they killed off their main character too quick. Now, how they retconned it, not retconned is not probably the word, but how they played it off allowed them to get 2 additional movies even after the main character had died. But then they started bringing them back in ways that just didn't even make sense. So,
almost like the Fast and Furious movies, like Dom has a brother that is also a wrestler.
Just don't make sense.
And they use magnets to pull through, and no one notices a giant wrestler fly through the city of Glasgow or Edinburgh on a zip line.
When's the next one coming out?
I don't know.
There is going to be another...
2.
2, is it?
I think so, because they're filming back to back, because Jason Momoa is the bad guy in it.
Oh, right, yeah. What other movies are coming out? I feel like we're missing something.
Well, there's Avatar.
Yep.
Which I am excited for, because that movie is going to be monstrous.
How long did you say it was?
3 hours and 10 minutes.
Wow.
But see, Avatar... Well,
Wow.
okay. I'm excited to see Avatar Way of Water, because Avatar was Pocahontas with Smurfs. That is an incredible generalization. I do enjoy Avatar.
Yep.
I really do, because it was a technological marvel at the time. To this day, I have not seen a 3D movie that has been able to compare to 2009's Avatar.
However,
We are seeing that in... if I could see it in IMAX, D-Box, 3D, IMAX 3D, whatever, all that shit in one go, I would.
speaking of, because we have time to fill, can I take a moment to tell everyone about Peter Parkour's very first, mind you, D-Box experience, that he accompanied your boy and my wife to Jurassic World Dominion.
The movie wasn't great,
It was okay.
but the theme park ride of D-Box
He sat in the
was
D-Box,
amazing.
and he was literally like a 5-year-old kid. He was sat there, wee,
He was giggling the whole time.
I was like, Peter, it's D-Box. Like, he's like, I've never been in one. So anyway, he was giddy as hell. But I will admit, because I had fun in it, that chase with the 2 raptors, we were like, get you.
I'm there like...
It was a good time, guys. Like, we have fun when we go to these movies, I'll tell you what. And once again, shout out Norman, because Cineplex helped us get in there. But we went and see what movies did we even go see this year? I mean, we seen the Batman. We seen all the Marvel stuff. You love the Batman.
The Batman is probably, pound for pound,
Yeah.
the best movie I've seen all year.
Think so? Mm-hmm. Is it going to be in top of that list when we do another 2022
Absolutely,
review
yes.
again?
Hell yes. Right up
And
there
what
with
I said to you,
Bullet Train.
after I seen what they did with the Riddler, I said to you, what villain did I want to see in the second one?
Joker.
Who? No. This guy listens to nothing I say. I said I wanted to see Mr. Freeze done, because obviously they did the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. people tear that to shreds. So I wanted to see how this new director and this new direction
Matt Reeves
took Mr. Freeze, and sure enough, they announced, didn't they, that Mr. Freeze was going to be in the second one, or like it's heavily rumored or something like that.
I don't think so. No, it might have. I mean, I missed something. I don't know.
So
I'll look it up.
excuse me, I think I'm choking.
I'm off duty.
But yeah, so I'm excited because to me, the Batman, I know you enjoyed it. For me, it was a good movie, but it was nothing extravagant. That's just my opinion.
It was the closest to a comic book movie book
True.
I have
but
ever seen.
When I see a movie like that, I always look towards the next one because now that the character's established, I want to see how big and bold they can go with the next movie.
Matt Reeves thinks grounded Mr. Freeze would suit the Batman sequel. The Batman director Matt Reeves thinks he could pull off Mr. Freeze's romantic story without turning him into a pale blue popsicle.
Well, here's the other thing. Because Gotham is flooded, what if they did shoot the movie, like, takes place a couple weeks after Gotham's still flooded, and Mr. Freeze freezes the city somehow? That'd be pretty dope.
But then it just turns into...
I still want to see Scarecrow done different as well. Scarecrow.
I want to see more of Penguin.
Listen, I'm going to put this in the universe because we're just spitballing on this live right now. Christopher French, congrats again. Nice looking cake, and see you both soon at the battle. Good luck. Thanks, buddy. I would love to see Paul Heyman, which I don't even know if you know who that is, as Penguin. I know you already got, what's his name? Colin Farrell. But I would love to see any wrestling fans out there, Paul Heyman, you know who I'm talking about. He would be the most amazing Penguin I've ever seen.
Is he the guy that's like the manager for everybody?
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes.
He can't know.
And he can talk like it's nobody's business. So if you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but they're not going to use him.
No, I know. But it's fan casting.
I guess.
What else we see this year?
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. That was good.
That was
because for me, that was like a sleeper movie. Like I didn't really know nothing about it. You wanted to see it. And it was your birthday we went for it?
Around there.
Yeah. Because I said, I'll go with you. I don't know the movie, but I said, I'll go because I know you were getting to see it.
It was August.
Was it?
I don't know.
Anyway, we went and see it, and I was thoroughly enjoyed on that movie.
I love that movie.
It kept me guessing.
Yep, and it was great for it.
Confusing at times. There was a bit going on there, here and there, but I also hate, what's his name? Michael Shannon? No, Shannon. What's his name?
Yeah, Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon. I don't like him. No offense. Not that I don't like you.
Well,
it's...
I was going to surprise you with the next celebrity interview.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, Mikey.
But I just... His acting don't do nothing for me. He was also in Man of Steel. Could have cared less. But that was just me. Right?
He was good in Knives Out. Oh, I got to watch the new
I've never seen that,
sequel.
but the Glass something is out.
Glass Onion?
Yeah.
Is it Glass Onion?
Yep. No, I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Glass Eye?
Right now it's called Glass Onion. What do you think this Guardians Galaxy holiday special? Did you watch the trailer for that yet? The plot is deadly, in my opinion. As soon as I seen it, I was like,
but aren't they going back because Kevin Bacon is the greatest actor the human race has ever known, or something like that?
Right, they want to get him for Peter Quill for Christmas.
Yeah, that's just...
See,
I mean, it's hijinks. I get it.
Yeah. Also, did you end up watching Werewolf by Night yet?
No, I
didn't either. And see, that's where we dropped the ball. Hashtag keep it real. We just haven't had time to watch it. Up? Holiday special?
No.
Knives Out. Okay, Glass Onion. Once again, guys, if you got any comments, now big time to ask them. We got about 14 minutes left in this live. Is it Glass Onion? Nice. Drop below. Also, if you're tuning in, if you've been here all night, or Ashley Nicole said, did Justin buy a chocolate cake? Yes, I did buy chocolate cake. It's chocolate peanut filled.
I'm dying. This is my last video.
But this is his swan song, ladies and gentlemen. But also, if you're just tuning in, once again, guys, the link below in the YouTube video, if you want to check it out, it is for Extra Life, the campaign. We are advocating for the Janeway Children's Hospital. We are taking donations. Having said that, maybe I can get in here. I don't know. Maybe someone did donate, and maybe one of us is to smear cake all over our face.
To smear?
Who knows? No, we did not. No cake on the face, but that's okay. We understand. But But man, I don't know. It's just I don't feel like it's been a year. Is the thing. Like we got how many videos we got out now? Look it up. How many videos? I think it's in the hundreds. I know that for sure. I'm curious to see. I also don't know. Like sometimes I get in my own head because I'm like, and maybe someone on YouTube can contest. Like, how quickly does a reaction channel normally take off or not take off or whatever? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got 3,500 subscribers. We think that's absolutely mental and good. But, like, are we severely underwhelmed? Should we be at 35,000 at this point? In our first year, I wish there was more guidance.
201 videos, 37 live streams, and 19 shorts.
Okay, so we just cracked 200 videos. So, don't tell me there's 365 days in a year, ladies and gentlemen. That means that I put out a video at least one every 2 days. I say I, but we. You know what I mean? That's pretty crazy. Like,
I forgot to mention this. The Last of Us show
that
has
just
a
dropped
release
today.
date.
Like the announcement.
January 15th.
Cannot wait to see that. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do reactions. Probably not, but maybe what we could do is when we watch it and it's all over with, we could do like a little review of what we thought of it. I'm hoping like the trailer, now if there's another trailer, we definitely check that out. But I'm just hoping it's very game accurate.
Well, it will be, but that's because the game is so heavily focused on story. Yes, there is combat in it, but the beats that the story hits in between that combat is very much.
Oh, Ashley's talking about the ice cream faux pas. Ashley, if you want to donate to Extra Life $5. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. The game, Last of Us.
Yeah, so the beats that are in between the bits of combat, because it does have the stealthy bit, and you've got to get through this building in order to get to the next one or whatever. So like they could easily just be like, oh yeah, he killed someone here, and go on with that, which is fine.
You want the grit.
Well, it's not that I don't. It's not that I do or don't want the grit. It's just the story moments of The Last of Us are so just heart wrenching, and just really make you feel. It's not just like I went to the store. Like there's actual parts of it, and that's part of the reason why God of War is so big to me too, because again, it's this brutal combat. You've got the Leviathan axe, you've got the Chaos Blades, you're ripping everyone in half, and then it'll be like, boy.
On a side note, did you see the Ben Stiller trailer
Yes.
with LeBron? What did you think of that? It was very funny.
It was pretty good until LeBron was in it.
What? Come on now. Why are you coming at LeBron? LeBron, he don't mean that. We'd love to sit courtside in LA right after Secret Wars premiere. But I don't know, what was the purpose of it? Was like, do they play God of War? And that's why I do know LeBron is a gamer. I do know that, but I'm not sure if the reason they got Ben Stiller and John Travolta.
That's the one.
Like maybe they're gamers and they love God of War, so they got
Been
together.
a favor. I don't know.
I mean, because it wasn't much of a commercial, so it almost looked like, yes, they probably hired these people to do the commercial, but yet they probably advocated to
Probably was like, I'll do it for a copy of.
right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and their kids were all with them who probably play even. So,
But
man, it's been a minute since I've seen John Travolta in something.
But and it's just, but like I was saying, like it's got all these super, again, intense, emotionally intense moments too. Like in the first game, like when Atreus starts to feel sick and then he passes out, and Kratos just loses his mind. He's got to go find and fight in the gates of hell to get his Chaos Blade and all this whole thing, or however, man, I can't remember exactly how it happens. But he's fighting with like the memory of his father and all this, and it was just like, whoa! Like it's not just like, go to that building, okay, stop, and punch through. It was like that way.
So the story is actually rich for God of War.
Very much so.
And what is the premise of this new one?
Okay, so well,
I know Thor's in it.
So the first game is essentially the Kratos has left the Greek Roman gods. I can't remember if it was Greek or Roman. Sorry, don't at me. But he leaves them behind and is now living in the Norse realm. He finds someone, he settles down, they have a child together. I don't know if Kratos is his actual like biological son or if Atreus is the mother's son through somebody else, which technically he is. And they go on this big journey because they want to. She dies. They want to spread her ashes in the Valley of the Giants or whatever. And it just starts this whole thing. And because Baldur's in this one, I said he was in the new one. That's Tyr, not Baldur. Sorry.
Someone come for you.
Yeah. And anyways, through the jigs and the reels, the story happens, and it finds out. I don't care. The game's been out for 4 years. That Atreus is Loki. And that's revealed at the very, very, very end of the game. It doesn't have any bearing on the game in reality.
Did you shit your clothes when that happened?
No, because it was about 20 minutes before, and I'm like, this seems like an awful like. Wouldn't this be? And then it kind of like came out like, okay.
Yeah.
But I did not shit my clothes.
Okay.
But in this time, it's called, the second game is called God of War, Ragnarok.
Right.
What does Ragnarok mean?
The end of
The world. So basically, the big winter, I can't remember what it's called, that precedes Ragnarok is happening. It's like winter is coming. It's the big bad winter.
Hence why they're fighting on a frozen over thing when they fight, yeah.
And basically things are happening to Atreus. This is a couple of years later after the first game. And he's just dealing with the fact that like, I am a god in some way, shape, or form. He's not, I don't think he's sick in this one, and things are getting closer and closer to Ragnarok. And somehow Thor and Odin are beginning to be involved. I know why Odin is involved, because Kratos and Atreus kill one of his sons or nephews.
Okay, so if I may ask, is this going to be the last God of War game?
This is going to be the last God of War game in the Norse realm. And it has already been confirmed by the developers. That is not a spoiler. They said that like a year and a half ago.
Okay. So where do you go from there?
Egypt, China. Like there's tons of stuff. There's so many.
You think there's new characters?
Well, he'll just hop to a different realm.
Will
Potentially.
Kratos still be in it?
I don't know. I haven't played the game.
It's not created yet.
I don't know. It hasn't been done. I don't know if he'll be in it. I haven't played it, so maybe will he die or will he live? I don't know.
But you will play it.
What, God of War?
Oh man, there's so many good games coming out before Christmas. Like I said, guys, anybody watching any game, well, God of War is not coming out. Gotham Knights just came out. Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon's on the rise.
Yeah, Gotham Knights doesn't seem like it's as good as we thought it was going to be when I first started watching trailers.
I heard good things, I thought.
I've heard good things, but I've also heard bad things. But again, that could just people be like, it's not 60 frames per second. Meh. I understand where your thoughts are coming from for that, and I get it. But at the same time, 60 frames doesn't define a game. It still looks like Arkham Knight, a game that came out in 2015 or 2016. It looked better than this one. But again, I haven't played it for myself. Again, hook a brother up for Extra Life, and I can play it for a couple hours, and you can have it right back. What's up? And from that perspective, there's also Marvel Midnight Suns, which is coming out at the beginning of December. Will I be buying that at launch? Unlikely.
Why though?
Because
why do you buy things at launch?
Why do I buy things, or
why don't you?
Because they're expensive. And I don't know, because I've been burned by it before, if I'm going to buy the game and then like an hour in, I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but like I knew I was going to like God of War. I knew I was going to like Modern Warfare 2. But I didn't particularly...
And the campaign is good?
Campaign is good.
Nice.
Is the entire package worth $90?
Yeah. But you will be playing new Modern War, or new Warzone. Nice.
Well, it's because I don't know if it's happening, but I don't know if when Warzone 2 launches that the first Warzone is going to go...
Maybe. I mean...
There's no reason for them to have 2 Warzones. We gained 4 subscribers.
It looked like we lost 2 subscribers when we started, but then now we're gone up by 5, so
4. Something
is... Yeah, you check your phone, because maybe you're off, bro. Maybe you're way off, bro. Refresh. Shit. Thanks, whoever subscribed, guys. Literally on this live, let's finish with that. I mean, that's a good note to go out on. Literally, since we've been doing this live, we've gained 5 subscribers. So that's what it's all about. We bump out the content. We talk about real stuff. We keep it real. And that's our whole slogan. And that's why we do what we do, because we ain't about that fake YouTube life.
Not yet anyway.
Yeah, not yet. When we get 1 million subscribers, we'll probably be doing Mr. Beast fake stuff. I don't know. Not say he's fake, but I'm sure there's some scripting in there.
I'd like them.
But man, I appreciate that we made it a year. It was a good thing. I appreciate it. Like, I think we've done some good stuff, some cool stuff. I'm impressed. I think we done it our way. We never conformed to anything to, create a channel that's not about what we are not about. And I mean, final thoughts?
1 year down, 1 year to go.
We're going to give it another one?
Yeah, I think so.
Do I have another year?
I'm not signing anything, but sure, we'll see where it goes.
I have the knife for blood. No, I'm just kidding. But anybody who's watching at home, as always, if you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave us a comment. We always appreciate it. If you see our content, share it. That's all we ask. It's a click of a button, guys. Honestly, I share stuff all the time just because it costs me nothing to share a button. Add something to my story, tag someone, whatever. But on that note, going into second year, I am the real Jussy.
I'm Peter Parkour, and like we always say on the channel,
keep it real. Now I have to go walk all the way to the camera and turn off this light. All right, guys.
Awkward.
No, it's okay. Let's see if we can end this live. Finish. Let's see if I can end this live. Bing. You're still on camera. Yawning the whole time. Fuck.